Hey, hi, hello, and how are you? It's me, Jen. And so, just like the last set of readings that we did, we're going to do another raw and unedited version of the last remaining signs that we have for November. And like I said in the other video, in case you missed it, with my daughter being in this wonderful new phase of her life, there's just sleep regression and there's teething happening. So, doing 12 videos, 12 edits, 12 uploads on top of the other videos that I'm prepping and I like to do, plus, I'm editing and a part of another channel as well. There just isn't time for me to do weekly readings for Zodiac. So, what I've decided to do for you guys is the monthly readings. And I hope that that's okay. And we're going to figure out all the formats. Now, you're going to see the cards here in a minute. This camera is a little bit wonky and I'm trying to figure it out. So I'm going to try to keep my hands out of there as much as possible. We'll see how it goes. But let's go ahead and get to the cards and get to the readings. Okay. We are going to start with Libra. And as I shuffle, you have been fully shuffled and fully cut Libra for the rest of November. I want to remind everybody that I do have my website up, and that is ready to view. So go ahead and take a look at it. The link will be in the description and give me some feedback if you should have the time and feel so inclined to. Okay, can you give us what roots Libra for the rest of November? And what complicates or supports? What is going to be the energy Libra's coming out of? What's helping Libra come out of that energy? Sorry. We're getting it. Where is Libra going? Okay. Interesting. And what's the most likely outcome? All right, looks like a bit of you time, Libra. Let's take a look here. First, what I'd like to do is I would like to take a look at what we pulled last couple weeks here, because in my previous life, I was a quality control agent, so I track everything. Data is always a good thing as far as I'm concerned. So let's see here. Excuse me. Let's see here. Moon, Five of Cups, Wheel, Priestess for our Six of Cups, Ace of Swords. Eight of Cups is what you started out in last week. Wheel of Fortune, Four Cups, Six of Wands, Ace of Swords to Seven of Cups. Okay, so here's what I'm looking at. Where you're at this week, your overall energy is this sort of established new beginning, right? Pages are sort of a new journey, but they're much more experienced than like an ace or a magician or the fool. They kind of have the backing of ace through 10 first, right? So whatever you're beginning here, it is a creative endeavor and it is enthusiastic, right? You're very confident about this going forward. There's a little bit of courage here. You are quite literally growing leaves off of a stick here in this card. So there's real power here for you in this new adventure that you have. There is another page that's supporting you. This Page of Pentacles brings you the prosperity that you're looking for, right? There's this sort of like having an effect sort of sense to this card. Um, this is this is a very trusting card, right? You are building trust with your people, your family, your friends, your community, your coworkers, even within yourself here. And in this sort of new beginning that you have where where you're stepping up and stepping out into a creative endeavor with courage and confidence, there is a trust within yourself. This is also a very prosperous endeavor that you're taking this for the rest of the month of November. Now, the energy you're coming out of is this nice Knight of Pentacles. It is the slow and energy or slow and steady wins the race energy. This sort of like draft horse, plow horse type feel where there is there's a purpose. It's very practical. It's very realistic. And I think that's because you're probably ready to step into something new. So you're ready to take some motion forward here. And we see that with the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is helping you come out of this slow and steady energy. And the two is about juggling, right? It's all about making sure that you have everything equally balanced so that you can handle all of the things that you're taking on, right? So it is a card that has a little bit more energy to it. There's a little bit more fun here. It's a little bit more flexibility here. And that's bringing you into the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is sort of going to be talking about a little bit of self doubt, right? In this card here, you see, see if we can get you to focus. You see that the figure here has a blindfold on and is wrapped, right? And surrounded by swords. But everything is very loose, right? So you can shimmy out of those restraints if you wanted to take off your blindfold and you can see that, you know, a half to a little over half of your circle is not surrounded by swords, right? You can walk out of this. So there is this sort of like self limiting belief system that you have. And I suspect it's because you're trying something new. Often when we try new things, there's a little bit of self-doubt, right? And so the energy here is to remind you that you are capable and to take off your blindfold and to keep on moving forward. And when you do that, you step into this hermit, right? This hermit energy is wise introspection. It is it's kinda like, when you take a really, really long, hard, arduous journey, at the end of it, when you think that you're never gonna get to the end, you're never gonna get to the top of the mountain, you're never gonna lose that last 5 pounds, whatever it is that you're doing, when you get there, it's like, "Oh, okay, this is amazing, and I could do it, and I did do it." And so it is just this, body, mind, soul, spirit sort of, um awareness that you're capable. So that's where this wisdom comes from here. There's guidance for you here as well. And so what I'd like to do is we're going to use the healing light oracle and we're going to clarify. Let's see here. Can we clarify? Let's see if we can get any information on this Page of Wands. What is the new direction Libra's taking? Can you give us any validation or clarification on that, please? Okay. So you have judgment. This is all about rebirth. You have a calling. And it's a very loving, emotional, spiritual calling. There is something that you are really, really you feel deep within your soul. And I know that it's not like I want to go be a newscaster kind of calling kind of answer, but this is something that you know, it's something that resonates with you, and you're being encouraged to lean into that and to deal with whatever emotional baggage that you have, right? Because this is a part of your journey for the rest of November. Can you clarify the 8, please? Can you clarify the 8 of swords? So you have the 5 of wands coming out here. This is like hassles, it's disagreements, discord. It's like fighting, but like, play fighting. Can we have another one, please? Thank you. Okay, so a little bit of goodwill, right? Nostalgia, uh, a loving gesture, innocence. So I think that that's what this is talking about here. Y- You're battling yourself almost here, which makes sense, right? It makes sense because you're showing up as the 8 of swords, which is being validated by the fact that there's like this discord, um, within yourself here, going back to who you've always been. Now, the great thing about these cards here is that they come with these circles, and the circles are sort of meant to tell a story in this particular deck. And right in the middle of the circles is like this cat eye here. You know what? Be helpful if I actually show you guys. And that cat eye is called a mandorla. And that is the direction through this card. So this is encouraging you to lean into this discord. Lean into your self-limiting beliefs so that you can deal with them, and do it in a very loving, compassionate way, right? Because as always with love and light, that is the best way to deal with anything really, but especially things that vex us, right? Having that compassion for yourself is really imperative this week. What about the hermit? Can you give us any validation or clarification on the hermit for Libra? So you have that anxiety, stuff that's keeping you up at night. This is a truce or a good relationship that you have, a friendship, partnership, relationship. But I see it more as a truce. So you have this sort of like angst and anxiety coming through with the hermit. And if you meet that with a very loving, compassionate, problem solving, um, how do I want to say that? If you greet all of your angst and anxiety in a very loving, compassionate way, and you really understand where you're coming from and why you're coming from there, it makes it easier for you to step into the Ace of Wands. Right? It makes it easier for you to take this new creative, passionate endeavor. And so it looks like for the rest of November, you're being encouraged to sort of really do some introspection as you're taking this next phase in your life, which looks like it's a calling, it's a creative endeavor that you're called to, that gives you prosperity, right? It gives you trust within yourself. Now, on the bottom of your Rider Waite deck, because I like to look at both of these, you have transformation, death card showing up. So there is a real opportunity here for you, to transform yourself, right? Strength, strength. This is calm, confident, compassion, but with a purpose, with boundaries. And yeah, I mean, this really makes sense to me here because you're being asked to be very loving and compassionate with yourself. And so you get the strength card with the transformation because it is a very loving, compassionate, but also very confident energy. Okay. King of Pentacles. Yeah, you definitely are going to be stepping into some prosperity here. Now, if we look at the bottom of your healing light oracle, you have this 3 of swords showing up, which makes sense because there's a little bit of, pain here for you. This is gonna be a process where you're really gonna have to do some introspection, and sort of deal with all those, open wounds as the best way to say it. And when you do this, right, it leaves the ability for you to close those wounds and to move on. Now, the Three of Swords doesn't show up to remind us to be um, hurt and depressed, melancholy, melancholy. The Three of Swords shows up because you are ready to do the work to let it go. And unfortunately, it's not like you're gonna snap your fingers and it's gonna be done. Just like with anything in life, it's gonna take a little bit of actual, introspection and digging down deep and dealing with some things that maybe you had buried or that you're actually just ready to let go of, right? And this kind of over the bottom of your deck, I always forget to say this because I just assume that people who show up to tarot know tarot, to some degree. But in case you don't, the bottom of your deck is the overall energy of your reading. So as we were talking about taking this new creative endeavor and um stepping into a spot where you really have to sort of take a look at your self-limiting beliefs and having this introspection and this wisdom gained from it, it makes sense that you're getting the Three of Swords then at the bottom of your deck, right? Because it is overall, this is something that you're going to have to deal with. It's maybe a little bit unpleasant, but King of Cups shows up for you. Very diplomatic, very emotionally sound, right? You are capable of handling this 110%. So you're either already in this energy and you're ready to work through everything, or as you work through it, you come into this energy. Okay. And again, Knight of Wands here for you. So another wand showing up. So you're going to go, you're starting out in the page, but the Knight is overseeing everything for you. So this is all really positive growth that I'm seeing for you here, Libra. So that was your reading, and I know it seemed really quick, uh, but the last time I did this, I think we did 2 hours. 2 hours and just 6 signs. So I'm trying to keep myself a little bit reined in here. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below, and I'll see what I can do about answering questions, and I'll upload some videos if I need to. Thank you so much for showing up, and we're gonna go ahead and start the next reading. I'm just gonna take a couple minutes here to shuffle. Okay. Oops. And I wanna thank you guys too for your extreme patience with everything. I would very much like to have a very, regimented, dedicated schedule, uh, but it's just not in the cards, so to speak, right now. And I know that you guys know that. You know the family comes above everything, and I'm so thankful to be in a spot where I can have that flexibility. Um, and it is what it is, right? Okay. Mm. Wish I had some hold music for you guys. There's some really good stories. Lord knows I listen to true crime enough. I probably should just filter in a true crime story. Maybe that's an idea, isn't it? Because I'm not really into like tarot and true crime. And not that I'm bagging on anybody that does that, not on any level. Me personally, and I shouldn't say that I don't like it. I'll never do it. I have pulled cards, like especially like on the Kylie Rodney case. It's like it's hard not to like pull cards and want to know if there's any clarification that can be given, right? But um, I don't. Tarot to me is just I call in my guides, my angels. Um, I call in the heavy hitters, right? I call in everybody, and I ask them for love and light. For me, tarot is lighthearted advice. It's a way to get you um a little bit of guidance so that you tap into yourself, right? Because that's where the power is. We're the powerful ones. Like, right? These cards, they're tools. And so I like to use tarot as that lighthearted advice and not really like pulling on true crime events. Not saying that I'll never do that, but um still wouldn't be a bad idea as I shuffle and go between readings to tell you a story because I've heard some doozies recently. Okay, so we have up next Scorpio. All right. Can you give us what roots Scorpio, please? Thank you. And what is the support or the complication for Scorpio? Ooh, a little bit of structure for you. What's the energy, Scorpio? Everybody calm down. What's the energy Scorpio's coming out of, please? And what's helping Scorpio come out of that energy? Interesting. Where is Scorpio going? Well, you got your new beginning here with that ending. And what's the most likely outcome here? Okay. So let's take a look here. Last couple of weeks for you, Scorpio, you were in Priestess energy, Six of Pentacles, Death card, King of Cups, Six of Wands, King of Swords, and then you were in Tower with the Ten of Swords, Five of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, the Chariots, which you went into last week with the Three of Pentacles. That's right. There was something that was ending for you that you really enjoyed, but hopefully it was for the best. Okay, so this week here, you're moving from Chariot, which is where you were going to this is where you're actually rooted. So that's really good, right? It's nice and stable here. And this is going to be for the rest of November. So you're going to be staying in this nice, fast moving, divinely guided energy here. And we talk about this often with the Chariot. It is fast and it is like you have no control there. You're not holding reins. The sphinxes are absolutely divinely guided. So you're really stepping into that spiritual side of yourself. And what's supporting that here is the Hierophant, right? So this is student teacher situation. This is belief systems, right? A little bit of conformity or group identification. Yeah, I'm really feeling belief systems here. Right, you're really leaning on that. You're really leaning on what you believe in, and I think that's because you've had so much change and because you're moving at light speed, right? So, I think that core is what's really supporting you here, and you're stepping away from this, this connection that's showing up here, which can be attraction, it can be soulmate, it can be a truce, but there is a partnership here that you're pulling away from a little bit. It doesn't mean that it's ending. It's just meaning that it's not front and center at the moment. And interestingly enough, what's pulling you away from that is the super awesome, happy, joyous Ten of Cups. So perhaps maybe there was a relationship that was not really of its highest good, but it wasn't something that you could fully walk away from either. So you're just pulling away from it here so that you can maintain a happy home, happy life kind of environment. And when you do that, you're starting into this brand new beginning here of this Ace of Swords. It is total mental clarity. It's sort of like this aha moment where you're just going, oh, so whatever. So this is what I should have been doing the whole time, or this is what it feels like, or um, I never thought, I could have this sort of peace or have this sort of love or have this sort of joy, that kind of feeling. There's real, mental clarity for you here. This is also fortitude. This is probably not something that's necessarily very easy for you to walk away from, and just like a sword is forged, right? That's what this ace brings to us too. It's real fortitude to start this new beginning for you. And when you do, you're walking into the 7 of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords. And the 7 of Swords is, traditionally like a thief card, right? Trickery. Um, but it also for me, more than anything, is a card of strategy. It is a card of, showing this person going into the neighboring camp and stealing their swords, not for financial gain or anything like that, but because he wants to demoralize that army. So when they wake up the next day, they're missing, their swords, and then it gives his army an edge up. So it's a strategy card. So that's interesting here. Let's clarify. Can you What's the relationship? Let's see if we can get any information here. Can you validate or clarify the 2 of Cups? What can Scorpio know about the 2 of Cups? Okay, so justice comes out for you. This is balance. Again, it's truth. So you have truth here balancing your reading. Can we have another one? Validation or clarification, please, of the 2 of Cups. Okay, so decisions, self-limiting beliefs here. This is restriction, confusion. So I think that this decision is vexing you a little bit. You're feeling you're feeling confused by it, right? You feel like you have no other choice, essentially. And that's all that we're getting from this here, which makes sense why you would need to walk away from a relationship like that. Right? Whether it's friendship, coworker, boss, community, family. Yeah, here's your walking away. Um, how do I want to say this? Just because the person's supposed to be in our life, if the relationship is toxic, it's toxic. And there's no amount of fixing that we can do of other people, right? All we can do is manage our own life. That's all we can do and be a shining example. And if this relationship here is causing you so much instability, I'm sorry, I told you to keep my hands out of this camera. Sorry. If this relationship is causing you so much turmoil that you can't even, be 10 of cups, you can't be happy, you can't be healthy, you can't be balanced, then it is something that you probably should be pulling back from. Now that's just my humble opinion. Okay. You guys know your situation better than I do. Okay. Let's clarify Ace of Swords, please. Validate or clarify Ace of Swords for Scorpio. Okay, turning point. This is destiny. Can we have another? King of Wands. Okay. So this is charisma here. This is inspiring. This is a brand new beginning that really means something to you. This is a turning point in your life. So I suspect that you've been sort of trudging along a bit, and that you've actually made some changes that seem like a big deal, and that it is a turning point for you, right? So when we walk in our upper vibration, right? We walk in our highest path. These are the kind of cards that come out, right? It's utter validation that you're doing what you should be doing for yourself, and that's okay. It's okay. Can you clarify the 7, please? All right. Burden, overworked, hard work. Again with the wands. Yeah, major wands coming out. Wand. So this is burden, struggle, strategy, Queen of Wands. You have this sort of down to earth, energetic, very self assured energy for the new beginning. Yeah, so the strategy here is all about how you're going to pare down. You've been doing a lot, right? The 10 of Wands doesn't show up for us unless we have been burning it, burning the candle at both ends. So it looks like you're gonna have to do some work here, make a plan on how to pare down all that hard work, so that you can step into being this like really self-assured, cheerful, energetic, Queen of Wands that has this beautiful, new beginning that is all about enthusiasm. It's all about confidence. It's all about being creative within yourself. So there's a real good there's good energy here for you for the rest of the month of November, Scorpio. Looking at the bottom of your deck here, you've got Knight of Pentacles. This is slow and steady, wins the race. This is the plow horse that shows up. Is very, very purposeful, very realistic, understands that there's a job that needs to be done and is capable of doing it slow and steady, right? And it brings you prosperity because you're working in this fashion. So again, this is kind of telling you here with this 10 of Wands, um, slow down. There's no other way to put that. Because the bottom of your deck talks about the overall reading. So as you're making these changes, take time to make sure you're slowing down. Okay. Because there's going to be regret here, right? This is feeling regret over the 3 cups that have spilled and not really even being able to see the 2 cups that are right behind you. So you don't want to regret not slowing down. All right. So do that. Right. And when you do, you have this again, happy celebration, family, um, situation. This is typically like birthday party, wedding, retirement party. This is real celebration for you here. So there is something upcoming for you. But again, just take a second, slow it down, um, and know that as you're stepping out of this relationship, which I'm sure doesn't feel very good right now or won't as you come through the month of November, it's for the best. It definitely it looks like you're going to come into some very happy, um, peaceful energy, new beginnings. Okay. And the bottom of your healing light tarot is again showing up King of Pentacles. It is another king showing up for you. Very solid energy. This is prosperity. This is steady energy. Um, this is your finances, your resources, all of those things, your physical self. So there is that energy here for you as you're making all these changes. Again, and the 2 of Cups is here. Perfect. Utter validation. Again, with the 5 of Cups showing up for you. So yeah, both of these decks are telling you the same story. So if you have questions, leave them in the comments below. And I'd like to thank you, Scorpio, for showing up for this reading for the rest of November. I'm going to show up again here beginning of December. We're going to try to do this monthly. And eventually, if I can get a time slot where I have somebody watching the baby, we will do an actual live where perhaps maybe I'm available to take questions, as we're doing the readings, which would be really nice having you guys with me while we're doing this. I miss that. Okay. And as we're shuffling back in here, I do want to remind everybody that uh, my website is up, and the link will be in the description below. And any sort of feedback is always greatly appreciated. Take a look. Let me know. Should you feel inclined to. Can you clear Scorpio's energy, please? And prepare us for Sagittarius. And the same. I'm just going to do a hand over hand with this deck because it's quite stiff. Can you clear Scorpio's energy, please? Prepare us for Sagittarius. You know, as I'm sitting here shuffling and thinking, I am wondering, would it be a good idea for me to prepare a true crime story? Not that it's a story, right? It's all rooted in someone's actual, life. But that I can share that while we're shuffling, preparing in between readings, let me know. Okay, for Sagittarius, what roots are Sag this week? What roots them? Okay, so there is a decision that you are not seeing. What's the complication here or the support? Introspection, going within, taking a look. What's the energy Sagittarius is coming out of for the month of November? So there was a new beginning that you were starting. And it looks like you're leaving that in the past here. What's helping with that? This mature Queen of Cups, right? All about spiritual awareness, emotional growth. Where is Sagittarius going? I see ya. You are going into this feeling of authority. There's a structure. What's the end goal here? Where's Sagittarius going to end up? Let's see. You are going to end up planting a seed. Interesting. Okay, so let me take a look, Sagittarius, at what we pulled over the last couple of weeks here. So you were in 8 of Wands, 7 of Cups, 3 of Cups, 4 of Wands, Chariot, Ace of Pentacles. And then last week it was 2 of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Chariot, Queen of Pentacles, uh, Page of Pentacles, and 6 of Wands. I wonder if I have a typo there. I'll have to go back and look at the video because I know I didn't use 2 decks to do your base reading. Regardless here, you were in 2 of Swords last week. So you're still there, which makes sense because this is a November reading. And that stalemate here, this blocked vision essentially is what it is. It's blocked emotion, it's blocked vision. You know, in this card, you see the moon hanging out at the top here of the card. And that moon is bringing you illusion. It's bringing you fear, right? There's a little bit of mystery here. There is definitely something that you are not seeing, and it's hard for you to make a decision on how to move forward. And the best way to handle that is going to be with that 4 of Swords introspection. It's taking time for yourself to relax and be alone with your thoughts. It is a long walk. It is 10 minutes of alone time in bed at the end of the day where you're nice and calm, where you're not being interrupted. There's no phone, there's no partner, there's no kids, there's no nothing. It's just you being with yourself, right? To have a discussion essentially with yourself, your higher self, your guides, your angels, whoever it is that you want to have a discussion with to sort of flesh out what's going on, what's important to you. And as you're doing this, there's this new beginning that was started and you're coming out of it, right? And what's bringing you out of this new beginning is a queen. This is the Queen of Cups. It is spiritual. It is intuition. She's a psychic one and She's very emotionally sound. She's very loving. She's very nurturing. But she's also a leader and she's also got it together. She is dressed very well. Her throne is extraordinarily ornate, right? Um, and so this loving nature, this leaning into your emotions, this leaning into your intuitive side brings you into structure. Isn't that interesting? And this is sort of like, you know, quote unquote father figure energy. There is regulation here. So I'm wondering if this new beginning that you started is something that you're continuing forward with. And now you're having to sort of put pen to paper. And maybe that, yeah, that's probably, and I say, and maybe, but the reality is that's what I feel. That is why you're in Two of Swords, because you had this new beginning. You're ready to take the next step, but you're feeling blocked. That was very New York, wasn't it? You're feeling blocked. You're you're feeling blocked. And the introspection brings you into the emotional side of you, the intuitive side of you. And because you're doing that, you're coming into a very structured, making a task list and sort of setting to stone what it is that you're going to be doing to move forward. And when you do that, you come into the Seven of Pentacles, which makes 100% sense to me. And I'm sorry, I keep putting my hands in the cell phone camera field. I'm gonna win. You know what I'm saying? Like electronics, they're not gonna beat me. It's not gonna happen. Okay, so this Seven of Pentacles talks about planting the seed. It's waiting, it's assessment. This whatever you started or whatever was started around you, it's going to come to fruition eventually, right? So you're just gonna be in assessment mode. Sorry. I mean, I'm not sorry. This is exactly where we all should be when we do work and we're putting things into motion. This is perfect. Absolutely perfect. It's just I wish I could tell you like, "Yay, you're gonna be a multimillionaire," but we're not there yet, all right? All right, the bottom of your deck here, I wanna look at that first, is gonna be 7 of Cups. This is all about wishful thinking. It is again, I think this is talking about why you're confused with the Two of Swords. When you have 100 different options, it's really hard to decide which direction to go in, right? So, the way through the 7 of Cups is through introspection. It's through going into, your intuition with your higher self, with your angels, with your spirit guides, with God, with just, your own internal conversation, whatever works for you. And triaging and picking one thing and moving forward with it. So, again, talking about Two of Swords and as well as the Emperor here. As far as I'm concerned, that's how I read the Seven of Cups. Now, the bottom of your deck is the overall energy of your reading. So this makes sense that it's here. That new beginning, uh, you know, uh, which is the next step up. So you're going from fool to magician, essentially, 0 to 1. So you're taking the next step in whatever project it is that you're started and looking at things from a different direction, right? So as you're stuck and you're not sure which way to go, when you do your introspection, just make sure you're looking at all sides. And that's how you get through it. This reading. Yep, you're birthing something. Yep, this makes sense to me. Okay, so I want to clarify here. We're going to use the Healing Light Oracle. Let's clarify, shall we? Might as well start with that Two of Swords. Can you validate or clarify for Sagittarius, please? I love it. You got the Emperor. One more, please. Validate or clarify the Two of Swords. Thank you. The Lovers. There's a decision. I mean, guys, the cards would just like to let you know that with this blocked vision, this blocked emotions, this blocked decision, using structure, using the regulation of the Emperor, using that the authority within yourself to move forward is how you get out of that. and that Lover's card shows up to you for you as a decision, right? So have authority in making a decision, essentially. So this is validation. I didn't ask yet. That's the thing with guides. They get to answer me before I externalize it because they know what's going on. Right, but we wanna slow down, okay? We wanna slow down so that the rest of the world knows what's going on. Okay, so for your 7 of Pentacles, all about birth, right? You are abundant here. The Empress is showing up as trusting your senses. It's that creation of something. It's she grows from the earth. So the fact that you have a card showing you growing pentacles from the earth and the Emperor shows up saying, "Yep, you're going to be growing something." This is validation here. And this 3 of swords, and I'm sorry, I know it came up in the reverse. For those of you that have been around long enough, you know I don't read in the reverse. The 3 of swords shows up for you just with a little bit of pain, right? There is some anxiety for you around this. Perhaps maybe you're like me and waiting is excruciating, right? Let's pull another one. Oh, look, 2, 3, 3. So something with threes, 33s, 333. Can we have another one, please? You might as well pull 3. Keep giving us threes. Can we have another one, please? Anything more on the 7 of Pentacles? Well, I asked for 1, but you got 2. Queen of Cups. Guys, there are 78 cards in both of these decks, and so far you have pulled repeating cards in a, what, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 11 card spread so far? 12 technically? Your 9 of Pentacles. There's a message here for you. Leaning into that loving side. So that 7 of Pentacles does come to you with emotion, with healing, with intuition, with spiritualism, and as well as abundance. Again, the 9 of Pentacles is all about self-reliance. It's abundance. It is growing something from the earth here. She's also very spiritual, being very connected to the bird that she holds on her hand that, she's able to command. So this is an amazing reading, Sag. Good. Oh Lord, what do the threes mean to you? I'm curious. Okay, the bottom of your deck here. Oh gosh, okay. Bottom of your deck on the healing light. You're getting 5 of wands. This is hassles, it's discord. You may feel like you're having to jump through some hoops here, or there may just be discord within yourself trying to flesh out the details of how you're going to move forward. And you're fearing financial lack, right? Not that you're in financial lack, that's just that this sort of like oversees the reading. So you're a little bit fearful of it. Or it could even be talking about walking your own path. I don't always look at the 5 of Pentacles as financial lack, and these people are in need and they're walking right past, in this particular card, they're walking right past a church where they could go in and get solace. And why would anybody do that, right? It's just instability card. Sometimes it's a card of like just not conforming and doing your own thing. Okay. Also, the 5 show up as instability, which makes sense to me because if you are starting something new and you've been stable, new things are like nerve-wracking, right? So the 5 showing up makes sense to me, and I feel okay, right? Like I feel okay about this instability because it means that you're walking your path and transformation. Perfect. So whatever you're working towards, there's real growth for you here. Okay, we're going to put these all back. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, for showing up for your reading for the month of November. I know I sound like a broken record to those of you who are hanging out with me, but we're going to be back here in December. And with any luck, I will have this set up where my camera is more reliable for the cards. And And then we can do a live, and I'll have that, scheduled out, and maybe that way we can ask some questions should any of you wanna continue to clarify anything that comes up in the reading. Not that we wanna go for 7 hours, but certainly can answer a couple questions here and there. Da, da. We're just gonna shuffle, and we're gonna clear out Sagittarius's energy, please. Please clear out Sagittarius's energy for us. And we're gonna go into Capricorn. I do enjoy reading Capricorn. 'Cause you guys are true Capricorn. Like I've said it last reading, you don't ever just show up with like, you need to do a little bit of introspection, or, you're, I don't know, you're feeling like something's a hassle. Like you guys show up with like, change my whole belief system, you know, no big deal. Tore down the house, built a new one. You guys get amazing readings. Okay. Ooh, sorry if you could hear that. Tried to pat underneath the microphone, so when I'm slamming the cards on the table, you guys don't hear it. Hey, 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 take it easy. Take it easy. Okay. Where is Capricorn rooted, please, for the month of November? Where is Capricorn rooted? Ooh, a little bit of regret, a little bit of instability here. What's going on? What supports or, thank you, complicates that introspection? What's Capricorn leaving behind? What's the energy that they're leaving behind? You are walking away from something. What's helping Capricorn walk away? Because it's like you have no other choice. That happy, happy, beautiful sun. Where's Capricorn going? What's the energy Capricorn's going into, please? I see you. Now you're feeling like you need to defend yourself here. And what's the end goal? What's the most likely future here for Capricorn coming out in November? Coming into the end of November, I should say. Again, 7 of Pentacles. If you have some Sagittarius in your chart, maybe. Okay. So, oh, hi, Jessie. Jessie's here with us. We're going to take a look at your past readings and just see where we've come from so far. So you were in Empress with 3 of Swords, 4 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords. And then you were 3 of Cups, 6 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, Magician, Tower. So maybe that Tower moment from last week is what's making you feel a little bit ho-hum, as it were. The thing about the 5 of Cups, though, is, this is a good life lesson. So if you're in any sort of spot right now or going into the end of November, just know that it is a good life lesson to recognize that your 3 cups have spilled, but that there are still 2 cups behind you and you can pick them up and walk on and continue on your path and still be happy, right? This is all about handling your internal uh, words, your internal conversation, your emotional state, your ability to be positive. And so that is being supported by the 4 of Swords, which is all about introspection. So it seems like maybe with this instability, with this moment of pause, going within and really making sure your foundation is good is what is being asked of you. Because when you do that, there is something that you are walking away from. So whatever that tower moment was for you last week probably is what we're seeing right now. This need to you've put something out there, right? There are 8 cups, beautifully lined up, well cared for, and you're still choosing to walk away from them, right? In the moonlight, right? So there is again, mystery here. There's a little bit of fear here. There's a little bit of not really knowing where we're going. Again, I'm sorry about this camera. I'm gonna win. I promise you. I just don't know when it's gonna be. Um, so you're not really sure where you're going, but you know you're being called to go there, right? And what's taking you through this journey is the Sun card. This is like your extreme happy place. This is what makes you tick. This is you being your childlike self, riding on a pony behind the safety of this stone wall that is adorned with these beautiful sunflowers. And you have this amazing warm sunlight here for you, keeping you warm, keeping you happy, providing you with this sort of spiritual guidance as you're waving your flag, and there's just real happiness here. So what you're walking away from is not the focus. It's where you're walking to, right? And as you're going through that, you're having like this moment where you feel like you have to defend yourself. And that makes sense to me, right? Whenever we make changes in our lives, not everybody is necessarily on board with those changes. And so you feel like you have to tell everybody why exactly you're doing what you're doing. Right? Maybe this is even you telling that to yourself. Um, so this seven of wands here, this shows up as support, right? This is conviction. That you are on your high ground defending off multiple assailants, right? This is conviction in what you're doing, right? So stick to your guns is what we're seeing here. Because you're putting in all this work to walk away, right? And you're putting in all this work to get your emotional state, to give your emotional state a good foundation. So stick to your convictions here, Capricorn. And when you do, you have definitely planted this seed, right? And the Pentacles is all about your physical, right? It's your physical health, your physical wealth, your physical, materials, all of that. And so there's going to be a moment of assessment. You're going to have planted something, and you're just sort of like waiting for it to grow. Essentially, is where you're at. And looking at the bottom of your rider weight, you have the 7 of cups. There's a lot of options here showing up. This is wishful thinking. This is maybe feeling a bit overwhelmed with all the directions that you can be going, but that introspection again, that 4 of swords is what you want to use to go ahead and triage the cups and pick one and then move forward with it. And this is your overall energy, right? So this so your reading that we just gave, these few cards I'm going to pull kind of is the overall energy for it. So as you're, giving yourself the good foundation, to not live in regret and to walk away from something, to really find your happy place, to feel like you're really giving yourself some conviction to continue to move forward and wait and then plant your seed and, um, be in assessment mode. There's a lot of different options for you as you're doing this, right? And that's probably why we see the 7 of wands showing up for you. And then there's that strategy card, right? It's another 7 showing up. This isn't to me, your energy is not thievery. It's not, any sort of like dishonor. It's not running away. You're not lone wolfing it. I know you're walking away, but I mean, I don't see anything where you're like, I'm constantly getting this, hey, you need to be utterly alone. Quite the contrary, you're using the sun, right? So, this is all about strategy. And yeah, the strategy is how you work through all of your options, right? Which is going to bring you into the Page of Pentacles. It's going to bring you into prosperity. Um, Having an effect. This is a new journey. for you. It's not like new, like Ace of Pentacles. It's like established new. Like, pages are more established. It's more experienced, but it's still a new journey for you. All right, let's clarify. Look, clarify the 5, please. Can we have the 5 of Cups? Can you validate or clarify for Capricorn the 5 of Cups? So there is a relationship or a connection, maybe? Can you clarify or validate, please? Yeah, so there is a sort of like truce, right? So that 5 of Cups, that instability is surrounding some type of relationship. And this can be not necessarily intimate soulmate relationship. It can be friendship. It can be coworkers. It can be, you have the pentacle showing up. It could be your career. But it also is paired with the King of Cups. So there's real diplomacy showing up here. There's real emotional maturity showing up here. You know what? I wonder, can I have one more? Okay, well, I said one. I said one. Because what I'm wondering is if the regret isn't surrounding the relationship. The 2 of Cups and the King of Cups are showing up as support. Lean into your relationship. Whatever instability is happening and you're leaning into yourself, you're going inward and you're doing all that work to give yourself a good emotional foundation, you're also being encouraged to lean into your relationship. Your most intimate relationship, whatever that is. With the King of Cups being very diplomatic, very wise, very emotionally mature, very caring. Yeah. And when I asked for clarification on that and I asked for one more card, what popped up was judgment. It was rebirth, right? There's a new calling for you here. Absolutely. There's truth here. There's a new beginning with the 3 of Wands showing up here. There's you on the shore looking out at the boats that have your goods, and you have moved on. There is something new for you here, and the World card is that ending that we're seeing, right? So there is a new journey here that is your soul's calling, but there is that ending because of it, right? And so lean into yourself, lean into your most intimate relationships is what we're getting here. Can you clarify the 7 of Wands, please? Validate or clarify the 7 of Wands for Capricorn? High Priestess, non-action, intuition, subconscious awareness. Can we have more validation or clarification, please? Okay, guys, that's the look on my face is because I'm asking for one card and your guides are throwing me cards. And I normally put all the cards back and say, that's too many cards. Can I please have just one? But what fell out, Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, 8 of Cups. Okay. So the High Priestess, when you're talking about having conviction, fighting for what you believe in, taking the higher ground so that you have an advantage. And the High Priestess shows up here. She is talking about potential, subconscious awareness, of a little bit of mystery, right? Which tells me you know deep down that this is right, to lean into that, to honor that, right? And that was further clarified by all the queens. Okay, maybe not all the queens, but pretty much all the queens. You have so queens are very powerful energy, but they're more of like an inward energy. Kings are very external. Queens are very sort of internal. They're leaders and they're strong, but it's an internal energy. And you literally have showing up for you is number one, the validation of the walking away. You have the validation of the 8 of Cups showing up for you. Okay. And you have again showing up love, emotions, caring, being intuitive, a very powerful spiritual connection. All of that shows up with your Queen of Cups. Your Queen of Pentacles is showing you um, being nurturing, being down to earth. She is birthing here in this card. She is pregnant. She is capable of bringing you great prosperity, right? This is a big-hearted, resourceful energy here. And again, I'm sorry for putting my hands in. It makes the camera go crazy. I'm sorry. And so with this big-hearted, down-to-earth, resourceful energy that has the backing of an amazing emotional, mature queen who's very intuitive, you also have this like fire, right? This self-assured, confident Queen of Wands showing up. There is just so much energy around this for you. There is like attractiveness as well with the Queen of Wands. So you either are attractive, or whatever it is that you're doing is making you attractive, and that can be in career or personal life. But you have a lot of like doing some inner work, but it's showing up as not really like your life, your personal self. It shows up to me more as your career, right? With Pentacles showing up. Can you clarify the 7 of Pentacles? I'm afraid to ask. Can you clarify the 7 of Pentacles, please? Validate or clarify the 7 of Pentacles for Capricorn. 8 of Pentacles, which I believe we said showed up for you last week. Can we have more validation, please, and more clarification? Transformation. So your 7 of Pentacles, your assessment, you're planting the seed and waiting for things to grow, shows up to you as mental clarity, hard work, really being a craftsman, creating something that is so amazing that whenever you step up and say, okay, I'm going to start charging for this, and I'm going to charge $100 million, right? People will pay it because of who you are and what you're capable of creating. Um, and is also validated by transformation. So whatever it is that you are starting, have no fear of the walking away. Have no fear of the regret. You are stepping into the next portion of your life as you go through the month of November. Fantastic, Capricorn. Look what's on the bottom of your deck. It's the Sun card. Perfect. Sun card, a little bit of anxiety. Yeah, we know that, right? You wouldn't be a Capricorn if you didn't carry a little bit of anxiety with you. No offense, I'm not judging. But you also have the 9 of Cups showing up here. This is wish fulfillment, right? This is you're right exactly where you should be. There you go. 5 of Cups. Validation, right? So look at that. 5 of Cups followed by the Hermit, right? Which essentially is another way of looking at 5 of Cups followed by the 4 of Swords, right? The Hermit's just a little bit more guidance based and more wise. Capricorn, wow. I don't even have words. What are you starting? Do you even know what you're starting? I am excited for you. Okay. So we're going to shuffle here and we're going to get ready for our next reading. Thank you so much for showing up. I greatly, greatly appreciate you. I'm going to take this moment for my selfless plug to let you know that I've started my website. It's finally up. And if you have time and you want to go over there and take a look and click on things and let me know it's working or it's not working, or you don't like this, you don't like that color, I'm open to suggestions, right? I am not so vain within myself that I know best. I just did what felt right to me at the moment. So, okay. Could you please clear out Capricorn's amazing energy and prepare us for Aquarius? And I will spare you this time, Aquarius, because what you don't see when I edit is every single time I have done a reading for you, I have sung your song. And you know what song it is. And you're probably sick and tired of hearing it at this portion of your life. So I will spare you from it. But just know that in my head, I am singing it. One more? Okay. We're going to do one more shuffle. Thank you. And please clear Capricorn's energy and prepare us for Aquarius for the month of November, please. I will say this, that this shuffle and transitioning between everybody has gone a lot easier. Last reading, it was a little heavy. I don't know if that's because we were going into the blood moon. A lot of heavy stuff going around our country lately. I don't know. Maybe that's why everybody was strung out in the house last night. We had an emotional night. It's okay. It's okay. They happen, right? Okay. Where is Aquarius? Thank you. You have a new beginning. What supports, please, or complicates? What supports or complicates Aquarius? Balance. What's the energy Aquarius is moving out of? Good for you. Perfect. What's helping Aquarius move out of that? Another new beginning. Mental clarity. Good. Excellent. Where are you going? Where's Aquarius going? What's the energy they're stepping into? Belief system? Student teacher? Establishments? What's the end goal? What's the most likely future for Aquarius? There you go. Well then, is that all? Okay. Let's take a look here. So first I'm going to look at the last couple of weeks. You were in the full energy with Chariot, 7 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, 3 of Wands. Okay, and then last week it was 2 of Cups, King of Cups, 5 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles again, Page of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. So it looks like you were starting something new, and you have been starting something new. There was something that was ending for you, that was helping you start something new, and there was some emotional, great emotional maturity there for you. So starting into this week, what I see is, your Ace of Pentacles has created an Ace of Wands for you, right? This it's created this ability to be creative and start something You're starting something with extreme enthusiasm. You're excited about this. There's confidence here. There's courage that shows up with the Ace of Wands. You literally are growing leaves. I say this all the time, but you're growing leaves off of a stick. Like, who does that, right? So there is some beautiful creative energy flowing through you for the month of November. And what you are being encouraged to lean into is like balance, right? This is like the have and have nots card. This is when you have stuff, help people who don't have stuff. And when you don't have stuff, you accept help from people who do have stuff. Um, so essentially this is like all about balance and making sure that you're not burning yourself out and that you are stepping forward in a way that makes you feel happy, right? And what you're leaving is that painful energy. So whatever work you have been doing, good for you. And I suspect it's because we saw you with King of Cups and Queen of Cups last week, and I think we even saw you with the Cups the week before. Um, and I think that when you have this emotional maturity, it makes it easier for you to move on, right? You don't have to forgive. No, let me say that. You don't have to forget, right? Boundaries are important. But forgiveness for not just the other person, but for yourself is huge. And so when we see the people moving out of the three of swords, it is like, hallelujah. You know, there's nothing that's going to bother you because you have repaired your open wounds and you are moving on. You are more mature than ever at this point. And what's helping you move out of that is another sword, right? It is mental clarity. It is fortitude. It is justice. It is truth. You have been truthful with yourself and with others if there's an other in the situation for you. But with this, it's just beautiful. It really is. And I haven't said the word beautiful in a couple of readings. And if I have, I don't even know that I have. But the reality is that this is just utterly beautiful. And I am proud of you, and I hope that you're proud of yourself, right? Sometimes we just do the work and we trudge right along and we forget to be thankful and we forget to acknowledge our own work. This is showing me you have done amazing work and you should be proud of yourself. When you make this transition, you step into this sort of belief system. There's a belief here, right? It can be student teacher. You could be teaching. You could be seeking the guidance of somebody. This could be stepping into some type of establishment, like a new position, or, um, maybe, and, this is a very religious card, so maybe it's like, you deciding to go to a church or a different church or some version of that, make whatever makes sense for your religious beliefs. Or if you don't have any, then, whatever makes sense for your situation, I should say. But ultimately, in the end, this just really feels like just your belief within yourself. Because I think that this work here, the starting this new beginning, the finding balance, the ending the emotional pain, the being truthful, the mental clarity, this is giving you a belief within yourself. That's what I'm seeing. And it could be it's different for everybody, right? It could be all those things that I said, but I can only go off of what I feel. And when you really establish this belief system within yourself, you are stepping into the 10 of Pentacles. This is absolute affluence. This is happy community, happy family. This is abundance for everybody or this is abundance for you and for everybody around you, right? This is permanence. There is real change here in your physical world. And I'm a little jealous. This is really great. This is really, really great. Let's take a look at the bottom of your deck. You have King of Swords. Again, all about truth, being analytical, justice, being very intellectual, being very articulate. You are communicating very clearly and you're able to make a very logical, ethical, just decision. So what I suspect is that you are creating boundaries for yourself and you're communicating them very clearly. And it's not like, you know, F you, get out of my face. It's just uh that's not working for me anymore. So here's my boundary. I don't feel hate, animosity, anger, frustration towards you. Just that this right here is my boundary. That's it. And it looks like you have mastered that. So good for you because your stress level must be like way down. And if it's not, it's going to be. King of Wands, another king showing up for you. Again, king energy outward, right? So this is all going outward, right? This is all about being creative, inspiring, being forceful, right? The Queen of Wands or the King of Wands is I mean, he commands, right? But there is charisma here. You are bold here showing up in this card. And this bottom of your deck is really showing you how steady and strong and sound you are. And it was a bunch of hard work. You know what? If you're in the hard work, you're going to get through it. And here's the deal. In 1 month from now, and 3 months from now, and 6 months from now, you're not even going to remember it. Trust me, I know. When you go through something that's really hard, it's all consuming. But in the end, it's a memory. And the foundation is what is left. Right? And if you have gone through it, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Everything that's worth something is hard work. Good for you, Aquarius. Wheel of Fortune. Perfect. Destiny. Destiny. Turning point. Wow. I don't even think we need to clarify, but we're gonna. Let's clarify, shall we? I'm not even gonna clarify the Three of Swords because I don't care because you're leaving it and I'm proud of you. So we're just gonna leave that right in the past. Let's clarify the Ace of Wands. Can we get any information or validation? Well, that just jumped right out. This is your overwork card. This is why your Six of Pentacles is showing up. Can we have more validation, please? Or clarification on that Ace of Wands? Thank you. Guess what showed up? King of Wands, right? So again, this brand new, creative, enthusiastic, confident, courageous new beginning that is supported by, hey, make sure you're taking a balanced approach, is literally being clarified by the fact that this is going to be a lot of work. It's going to give you some struggle, which is why you're being showed. Please take a balanced approach, right? But it's also being clarified by that King of Wands, which is at the bottom of your other deck, right? Again, creativity to the nth degree, inspiration to the nth degree, being forceful, being charismatic, being very bold. And this is a beautiful card, this King of Wands here, because this King of Wands illustrates the best that this king is very solid and very steady and has tolerance to him, right? Because you can't be a king if you don't. But there is fire all around him, and that is not just creative energy. You are somebody that can handle yourself, and people should watch out because when you're putting out your boundaries and you're putting them out and you're putting them out and you're putting them out, if people don't respect them, you are capable of standing up for yourself. That's what this shows me. Okay, so this brand new creative adventure that you're going on, I'm excited for you. This like that's how I feel. Like you're giving me that energy. You are giving me this excited energy and I'm talking like really fast all of a sudden. I'm excited for you and I wish you would tell me what it is that you're doing because I'm nosy. Can you clarify, please? Let's do the 10 of Pentacles. No, yeah, please. Nine of Pentacles. Wish fulfillment. Can we have another one? Validation or clarification of the Ten of Pentacles? I see you. Eight of Pentacles. I don't have words. The 8 and the 9 showed up to clarify your 10. Kind of thinking you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, Aquarius. This is mental clarity. Making sure you're thinking about what you're doing before you do it. Okay? Because when you're working with a hammer and a chisel and you're creating your artwork on the wall, you can't erase that. So you got to have mental clarity. You have a plan about what it is that you're doing before you do it. But when you do it, it is stunning and it is done like no one else can. And it gives you this beautiful wish fulfillment card. You have abundance here, abundance, abundance, abundance showing up for you. This is amazing. I want to clarify because as I was clarifying these, the Ace of Swords was like, hey, what's the truth? What's the truth? Can you clarify, please, the Ace of Swords? Clarify or validate. Can we have any information on it? Page of Wands. One more, please. Validate or clarify that truth. What's the truth? What's the mental clarity? I see you. Queen of Wands. Aquarius. You now officially have 10-page Queen and King. Like you're just missing your knight. That's all you're missing out of this here. Okay, so your Ace of Swords, your mental clarity, your truth, your aha moment is that fire. It is that creative endeavor. So that whatever work, whatever you have going on here is what's pulling you out of that heartache. Again, this is being really confident, really courageous, really enthusiastic. This is energetic. It's just super energetic. You are confident. You were cheerful. There is fire here. The only thing that shows up with these cards is the author of this deck does state that because you are wielding fire in this windy desert, to just do so carefully because you don't want to set everything, ablaze, right? Fire plus wind, usually creates more fire. So I think that's what the author of that deck would like you to be aware of. But you're coming into your belief system, so I'm not worried about that at all. No, because you're being asked to find balance here, right? So this is amazing. Yay. Okay, you have 5 of Wands on the bottom of your Healing Light Oracle. This is a little bit of discord, a little bit of instability. It doesn't shock me because you are coming out of some stuff. So when you were stable and you're coming out of that, you create instability. The best way through this card is through hitting it head on, handling those issues head on, which it looks like you're already doing. So I don't even have to tell you that. King of Swords. Like I don't have words. We pulled it, right? You had, yep, King of Swords, King of Wands on the other deck. King of Swords coming up again. Creating boundaries, being ethical, being just, cannot be rattled. Taking a journey. You have started something. This is awesome. It's really, really great. And there's that devil card. This is all about not conforming. For me, this is all about nonconformity. Don't work so hard, right? Don't work so hard that you are bound by what you do. Again, being shown that 6 of Pentacles, taking a very balanced approach. The 10 of Wands, being careful not to go too hard. But this is all about stepping out of nonconformity, and you're not bound by anything. The past couple of readings into this reading, you know what's going on. This is awesome. Aquarius, thank you so much for showing up for this week's reading. And as always, I appreciate you so, so, so much. And I think I said it in the other readings. I have the new website out. Take a look. Let me know what you think. I like feedback. And, if you're inclined to, if you're not, I mean, I get it. Whatever. We all have lives. Here's what it is. And I was thinking, because I'm into true crime, and I am resistant to the idea of pulling tarot for true crime cases. Not that I'll never do it. I'm just currently, I have a different relationship with my cards. We're gonna put it that way. But while I'm shuffling and in between readings, I certainly can come up with some interesting cases because I am listening to them all the time. And, if you want me to perhaps maybe tell a story in between readings to make this a little more tolerable. Not that that's tolerable. Isn't that a horrible way to put it? I don't mean it that way. You guys know what I mean. Those of you who are into it, you know what I mean. Let me know. Share it in the comments. And if you don't, then don't worry about saying anything. That'll be my answer. Okay, will you clear out Aquarius's energy, please? And prepare us for our anchor, Pisces. Pisces, I love you very much. I have a special place in my heart for us Pisces, us super feelers. And so I always appreciate you being the anchor for the other 11 signs. It's our job. Sorry to those of you who don't like that. But it is our job, right? As a mutable sign. Please clear Aquarius and prepare us for Pisces. And so I want to keep us at the end. Please. It means something to me. I think that's why I do it. That's my point. Okay. All right. Let's take a look here. It's in. What roots Pisces for the end of November, please? Ooh, there's an ending. What's the support or the confrontation? Because you have a new beginning. That's too many cards. What's Pisces leaving? You are leaving all the hard work. You're putting your burdens down. Good. What takes Pisces out of this? What's the energy that helps with that? Belief system. Where's Pisces going? Where's Pisces going? It's too many. What's the energy Pisces is going into? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. And what's the end goal? What's the end for Pisces? Perfect. Good. Good, 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 good. Let me just take a look here. Du-du, du-du, du-du-du, du-du-du-du. Okay. So for the past couple of weeks, Pisces, you were King of Swords, Three of Swords, Page of Pentacles. So you were coming out of the Page of Pentacles 2 weeks ago. King of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, and you were going into the ending 2 weeks ago. Page of Cups, Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles. You were coming. Oh, I think I'm getting old. Let me make that bigger. Queen of Pentacles. I thought the Q was a P. Okay, let's just keep that between us, okay? Okay, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, and Queen of Swords. Oh, that's right. We had Queen showing up for us last week. And King of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. So, sorry about all the sighing. I said I would work on that. I don't know. I know other readers don't do that, and I am sorry. That's just how I get out all the energy so that I have mental clear space. Okay. This painful ending. It's just needed. Something ended, right? It's kind of like when I had to give up the weekly zodiacs like that. I mean, I didn't I kind of beat myself up about that a little bit because I really wanted to do it. I really enjoyed doing it. The readings were amazing. It just is what it is. You just have to move on, right? So it's kind of like that. Like that's what's in my head. So that's the example that I'm going to use. So it's your own version of that in your own life, right? Because we're all at different spots at different, times in our lives. So there is an ending here for you, but just to know that it's okay because it's being supported by like the freaking magician. It's being supported by the best manifester of the deck. So there's newness coming out of this ending for you. And it can go in any direction you want it to. You are commanding all four suits, or you can command all four suits here, right? With the most spiritual, powerful energy that exists. And you're leaving the struggle. You're leaving the burden. You're leaving the hard work. Right? Normally I love this card. Hard work it's needed. Like if you want something to accomplish something, you're putting in the hard work, right? And so maybe you already have, or maybe just things weren't working and you have to leave it. That's okay. Let it go. And the way to let it go is showing up with this hierophant energy. It is a belief system. It is student teacher. It is it's conformity. It's group identification, right? Like those are all your keywords. It just feels it feels like your belief system. Because you're ending, right? 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands. And so you're really having to establish your belief system here because your foundation is being challenged, right? Whenever we end something that if you have a solid foundation, the endings are like, okay, moving on. But when you don't have a good foundation, it seems like a 5, right? It seems like there's just instability there. And that's okay. It's okay. that's what life is. Life is about teaching us, right? How to have those really good foundations. Um, and so I think what we're seeing here is these endings are asking you to really just sort of lean into your belief system here and belief in yourself. And when you do that, it brings you right into this Ace of Pentacles. Okay. It brings you into this very brand new prosperous beginning. This is material force. This is being practical. This is trust in yourself, trust in everything that's around you. And that is going to bring you right into another new, right? But the Page of Pentacles is more established, right? It's not an ace, it's a page. It's still a new journey, but it's with experience. Okay? This is all about prosperity having an effect, right? So whatever changes you've made, you're trending in the right direction here. Believe in yourself, essentially. This new endeavor that you're doing, believe in yourself and you're going to be fine. Now, the bottom of your Rider Waite shows you with the 6 of Wands. This is pride. This is a claim, right? This is social media for some people. This is pride in yourself. This is pride in somebody around you. This is your people being proud of you. People are cheering you on. So, perfect. The overall energy of your reading, even though you have these endings, there's still this support. You still have amazing support here. This is that new journey, right? This is exploration. This is leadership. This is starting something new. You're on the shores. You're surveying your seascape here. Followed right by the 4. Celebration. This is fantastic. This could be retirement, wedding. It could just be a birthday. It's just celebration. It's just having pride and happiness. Like that's what all these 3 cards are, just pride and happiness and moving forward in your life. This is a turning point for you. Lean into it. This is destiny. You are fated to do this, right? Divine guidance, right? You're on your path, Pisces. You are on your path. After divine guidance, judgment, rebirth. Like you're on your path. You're doing exactly what you need to be doing. Okay, let's clarify. Can you let us know what the Hierophant is? Can you clarify? Validate or clarify the Hierophant, please. Thank you. Okay, Queen of Swords. Validate or clarify the Hierophant. One more, please. Pretty, please. Okay. Well, I said one. So, Hierophant we talked about I felt like it was a belief system. It was a belief within yourself, right? And the Queen of Swords shows up for us as being very honest, being very forthright, right? She's not afraid to tell you how she feels. There's leadership here, and it is experienced leadership. Okay? And she's witty. She's smart. Okay? So there is definitely leaning into that belief system, and having the courage and the conviction to do so. This queen is very confident, right? And she leads with her words. She communicates very clearly. Okay? And there is that celebration again, followed by unbelievable happiness. And then that decision, right, to move forward again that we saw at the bottom of the deck of the Rider Waite, which showed up as the 3 of Wands. And we even got the 4 of Wands. So again, validation, 4 of Wands, 2 of Wands, 10 of Cups here. This belief in yourself to communicate, articulate, be experienced, to create a happy home, a prosperous, happy, joyful home where there's celebration, and to know that you know how to make a decision going forward. These are all things that you would really need to be, um, you really need to believe in yourself that you're capable of doing it, right? So yeah, this is all about how you believe in yourself. You're capable, 100%. Can you validate or clarify the Ace of Pentacles, please? What's this new journey about? So this is about balance because there's anxiety for you. So this brand new beginning of the Ace of Pentacles, this prosperity, this trust, this being practical, it is being clarified with some guidance of making sure that you're taking a very balanced approach, right? Because there is anxiety here. There is worry here. So just maybe this is even just currently be very balanced with your resources. Yeah, because you're worried. You're worried about your resources, but be balanced with them. You're going to be fine. So I don't know what that means for you. Um, maybe some of you are just in a spot where you're a little worried about your resources, because there's something new that's starting. But just take a nice even keel, and you should be okay. And that's you, Pisces. Queen of Cups all day long, right? Hey, everybody, relax. So I was going to clarify the Page of Pentacles, and everything just, popped out. So we're going to take it because here's the deal. This is how it works. This is how it works with me. So your Page of Pentacles, right? You're having an effect. You're being practical. You're being prosperous, and you're starting this new journey. It is being validated. It's being clarified. We'll say that it's being clarified by. We'll go in this direction here, and I apologize for doing this out of order. But this Page of Pentacles here, so page on page. This is again a new endeavor that you love. This is all about emotions. It's all about intuition. It is all about having this gift of healing, right? So this endeavor that you're doing here, this is something that you love, and it is emotionally based. It is intuitively based. Right? And again, that brings you into the Queen here. And the Queen, again, very sound emotionally. She's very loving, she's very tender-hearted, she's very intuitive, she's very psychic. And so there's this growth here as you get into this new journey, right? And you have the King of Pentacles showing up for you. So whatever worry that you're having about finances, stop having it. Oh, hold on. Oh, I think my phone is dying. Well, that's okay because we're towards the end of this. So the King of Pentacles shows up for you, right? In the best way. Let's do this. Oh, now my lighting's all bad. Okay, it's as good as it's gonna get, unless you'd like me to adjust the lighting. Um, this is steady Eddie. This is being an entrepreneur. This is being very reliable. This is being very steady. You're going to be fine, Pisces. Okay. And then you have the High Priestess showing up. Take it easy. There's a little bit of mystery here, but this is all about potential. It's all about your subconscious. It is just non-action. So don't do crazy things. And everything's gonna work out. You're going to be fine. Okay. And then the bottom of your deck, you have rough waters to calm, Six of Swords. 10 of Pentacles, permanence, affluence, happy you, happy family, happy community. This is great. Doing a little bit of introspection work here for you, right? The Hermit shows you extreme guidance. It shows you going inward. It shows you being very wise, very experienced. And then you have that Fool showing up for you. Risk taking, brand new beginning, having faith. So this was an amazing reading, Pisces. And I would like to thank you so much for showing up. And whatever it is that you're starting, let me know, because again, I am nosy and I want to know. If you want to tell me, that is. Sorry. And thank you. I know I've said it 100 times, but thank you so much for showing up and for listening and for being a part of this. And if any of it resonates, like, share, comment, subscribe, the whole shebang. I know you hear that in every video you watch, and I'm sorry to be a part of that. But I would be remiss, I guess, as a content creator if I didn't say it. And I have that website that I got up and running, whitecloudtarot.com. I'll put the link in the description if you want to take a look at it. And let me know what you think. I would greatly appreciate it. Feedback is always important. And we talked about, in between all the readings. So next month I'll be showing up in December for you next month. Again, we're going to just do things raw and unedited because that's what I have time for. So that's what we're doing. And maybe if I can plan things where I have proper childcare, that I can do an actual live instead of a video that comes up as a live, right? So that we can do maybe some Q&A and things like that, which would be really cool to do. I think I brought up the idea because I'm very into true crime, into cases, into trying to figure things out. And while I don't pull tarot for that, and I don't know if I said it in this reading or not, because I did think 6 readings tonight. If it's something that you guys want to filter in or to work in where, as I'm shuffling, we're talking about, an active case or maybe even a case that's been solved, we can kind of do that. So it's a little bit more enjoyable than just sitting here listening to me shuffle the cards and, asking the spirit guides to clear the energy, because I don't have to ask them to do that. They know. That's how it works. I just do that for your sake, so that you're not sitting here listening to silence. But anyway, so leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And thank you so much for showing up. And I appreciate you immensely. Okay, and then I did have somebody show up in the comments last reading when it showed up as a live. And again, Carlos, I'm sorry, because here's the deal. With the way I uploaded it, I uploaded the video and it didn't occur to me that the live banner would be on there, and it was. So that was my fault, and I will make sure that the heading is appropriately placed this week for this set of videos. So you asked me questions as if I was there, and I wasn't there, and I'm sorry. And I told you that I would ask the cards, and I'm gonna. So Carlos would like to know if it's in his future that he will be getting a house or buying a house or some version of owning a home. What can the cards tell us about that? So show me. Okay. Again, sorry about the lighting. Ace of Cups. Aces are yes. Yep. The brand new emotional beginning for you. If you've never owned a home or bought a home, it's a very emotional process. Vexing. I'm not going to lie. Maybe it's super happy, only happy for some people, but for most of us, it's some work, right? And it puts you through the gamut. So it makes sense that the Ace of Cups showed up for you today. So the answer here, according to the cards, is yes. And I don't ask for time limits. Sorry. Time in tarot does not exist. It's not how it works. You're ready when you're ready, and it's in your future. So just know that. Okay? Thank you guys so much for showing up. And Carlos, thank you for your patience. And we will see you in December. And if I can carve out some time In between then, I will be back for something. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out as we go. But you may see me over on Truth Rising TV, my fiance's channel. And I'm probably gonna do some stories over there. We're probably gonna do some true crime over there. Um, and they do a lot of other stuff and a lot of other fun like UFOs, spacey, uh, missing people. Um, I think the Artemis 1 launch is coming up. They'll be covering that over there. And there's current events and stuff like that that's not necessarily for every channel. With the way the world is, some of us just want to mentally check out and don't want to deal with it. So we handle that stuff over there. So that's kind of what that's all about. And if you want to come check us out over there, great. And if not, then I will see you here the next time I post. Thanks, guys. Have a good rest of your month.